Hey, real quick before I start the show, I just want to give a quick shout out to the guys at Powertrain Tape. They have an amazing product. I just got mine in the mail. Check their website out, www.powertraintape.com. And if you're purchasing, use the discount code FitFarm to save 10% off your order.
Welcome to FitFarm, a show dedicated to creating a better life through fitness and the grappling arts. I'm Joseph Aronson.
I'm Jackie Baker. It's time to get jacked.
So, Jackie, how you feeling today?
Tired. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually. This is my second episode of the day, but
Yeah.
I feel like I've got the bugs worked
You're
out.
on fire.
Yeah, I'm on a roll, man. Got the creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
So, or either that or I'm running out of stuff to say. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So how was your day? How was your weekend?
Good. I spent it all with you. How was your weekend?
It's great. I was with my best friend, and I got to have both my children. It was an amazing weekend. How are the resolutions going so far? We're 2 weeks in now.
Good.
Good. Everything's going smooth. You're not
How are
giving up.
yours? No.
Good. You hired that hitman, man. He's following me everywhere. I can't do anything wrong. Slapped those donuts out of my hand. I did sneak some M&Ms today, though, white chocolate M&Ms. If you guys haven't seen them, they sell them for 25 cents for a pack at Gray's IGA. Why would you not buy them, right?
Yeah.
They were
you
so-
can't even pass that up.
Yeah, every time I go there, we get our rotisserie chicken today, and then sure enough, there's white chocolate M&Ms at the register for $0.25. Yeah, I'll take a bag, of course. I mean, I'm going to eat healthy, but I'm going to indulge a little bit. Although later on in this episode, we're going to tell you why I probably shouldn't have bought those.
Yeah.
But you want to get started? I think we have a couple topics that we really wanted to touch on today.
Yeah.
The first one, since it's still the beginning of the new year, a lot of people are going to be doing different types of diets, fad diets, ketogenic, paleo, Mediterranean. There's all different styles of diets. The one I've had the most success with, and the one that you're most familiar with, would be like reverse dieting, or it's called IIFYM if it fits your macros.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell them a little bit about that?
So, well, first let's talk about macros or macronutrients. Those are your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. So pretty much if it fits your macros, you log your food into this app, and it keeps track of how much you're eating, how many carbs you're eating, how many fats, and how much protein. So that's kind of just the gist of that. But most people, what I found out is that they aren't eating enough, especially like bodybuilders, that have been on these crazy diets, or people that yo-yo diet a lot. Their metabolism slowed down. They start eating less. And that's where a reverse diet comes into play.
Okay, so you've had years, or probably years, of kind of up and down dieting, or poor dieting advice, right, or nutrition advice, which might have you to believe that in order to lose weight, you can only eat like 300 calories or something. Like let's say you're a person who's only eating 1,000 calories a day, and your body is so used to it right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can lose weight is by eating even less than that, which is like nothing.
Which, yeah, your body's going to go in starvation mode when you're eating that little. I mean, you might lose a little bit, maybe, but your body's going to adapt to that and go into starvation mode.
Yeah, eventually you're going to plateau. Right?
Yeah, so you can't keep eating that much. So then it's like, what are you going to do? Because you can't cut any more calories. So are you just going to keep eating the same amount of food and never lose weight?
Right, so and that's where the reverse diet comes in.
And that's where the reverse diet comes in. So with me, I used to diet all the time. I was always trying to lose weight. I was working out like crazy, and I didn't know why I couldn't lose weight. And then finally when I had Josie, I stopped the dieting. Or when I was pregnant, I stopped the dieting, and I just focused on trying to eat healthy. And then after having her, I wanted to lose the weight, and I decided to finally go on a reverse diet, which I heard about a long time ago. I just never committed to it. And pretty much what that is, it's slowly upping your food intake.
Okay, so so people know, you'll start by logging probably a few days, so you have a baseline of where you're already eating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then once you've got a good log, what is a good log, like a week or?
I don't know, maybe a week or 3 days or something.
3 days. Okay, so maybe a minimum of a good 3 days of logging, so you know kind of what you're already eating, right? Because if you don't know where you're starting, it's going to be really hard to figure out, where to put, where to start your diet if you
and
don't
that's
know
a good
where
thing
you
to
are.
do if you're going to listen to this and you're going to be like, maybe I should go on a reverse diet. You should track your food for 3 days or a week or something like that. See where your calories are at. If you're working out and your calories are, I don't know, maybe 1,600 or under, you might need to go on a reverse diet if you haven't been able to lose weight.
So at that point you're not eating enough, right?
Yeah. So this is one thing that I help a lot of people with. So if you ever need help with this, you can, message me or whatever. But basically, reverse dieting, you want to do it. It's a slow, long process. It takes months, but it slowly builds your metabolism up, and you will pretty much just every week you slowly add in more food into your diet, and then you see how your body's responding, and then how your body responds is how you decide whether or not to add more food in or keep the food where it's at. So it's kind of a long process, but some people, it's like they've done so much damage to their bodies through dieting and yo-yo dieting or bodybuilding, whatever. Probably even like fighters, because they always have to make weight and stuff like that.
Yeah, anybody who competes and where you have to make a weight, wrestlers, MMA fighters, jiu-jitsu guys when they go to tournaments. Yeah, because they're going up and down all the time, so their body has no idea what's going on, right?
Yeah. So back to what I was saying. I went on a reverse diet after having Josie, and before I got pregnant, I could never lose weight. I was always stuck in my weight. I always dieted. I was always eating clean and not that many calories. And then after having Josie, I went on this reverse diet. I added food slowly back into my diet, and then once I thought I was at a good place with my calories, I went to cut again, and the weight just came off so easy.
Yeah, I did a little reverse dieting with you. And another thing you people, anyone listening has to understand is...
You people.
Yeah, that sounds... You people. But what you need to understand is that anything that's sustainable in fitness is going to take time, okay? It's not... There's no 30-day... You're going to lose 30 pounds in 30 days and keep it off. That's very, very unlikely. It takes time, okay?
And that's why so many people yo-yo diet, because they just want to lose it fast.
They crash hard,
Yeah, so then they cut their calories low, which their bodies are going to adapt to that low calories, and then their bodies are going to start storing it, and then eventually you can't keep starving yourself, so then they're going to go back to eating normal, and then their body's going to store everything as fat because they were starving themselves for so long.
Yep. So back to the reverse dieting. I did that with you too, and
yeah.
What's cool about it is you start your baseline, and Jackie has a very good mathematical way to figure this out. I don't have a clue how she did it. She just told me how much protein, how much carbs, how much fat I should eat. I did track it. That's one thing. It might take a little bit of work because you do have to track this stuff. You have to know how much you're taking in every day. But what's cool is eventually, like she said, you can keep adding calories in and still stay the same weight or still keep losing until you add so many calories that you start gaining. Then hey, that's my threshold, right? Now I got to back it off a little bit and stay here for a while. Try it again a few weeks later maybe, right? Yeah. And then and make a mini cut. Mini cuts are good too, so you're not always cutting. Mini cut, and then get to that 10 pounds or 15, 20 pounds. Now go back and build your metabolism back up.
Slowly reverse it back up.
Yep, and then do another mini cut and another. But, like she said, it's very small. You might only add in 50 calories a week at first or something.
Yeah, it's going to be small changes. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take months. But I guarantee that if you're having trouble with your weight and you've been yo-yo dieting, I guarantee that if you do this, you will lose weight and you'll keep it off. Because I've been there. I used to want to lose weight all the time. Nothing would work for me because my metabolism was shot from yo-yo dieting. And it wasn't really shot. I guess that's not the right word because that's kind of what our bodies are made to do, adapt so that we survive. But it was kind of just so used to eating like crazy amount of calories, I just couldn't lose weight. And now, after doing the reverse diet, I am like 35 pounds less than what I was before I had Josie.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people don't want to hear that it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time, but honestly, you're going to feel better doing this. You're not starving yourself of any certain nutrients, because really you're going to have a pretty balanced set of your calories are going to come in at a balanced ratio pretty much. You're going to have fat, you're going to have carbs, you're going to have protein, you're going to have all of it. You're not like when you go keto, the only thing I don't like about it is you're not going to have carbs. You're missing a macronutrient. What I liked about the IIFYM is that you have a nice, balanced portion for calories. But a lot of people don't want to hear that it's going to take time, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it. And then once you've got it down to a science, you can just eat intuitively for a while. You don't need to track anymore. You've been tracking for a few weeks. You know how many calories are in these certain amount of foods that you eat all the time, and you can try a week of not tracking and see how your weight is.
Yeah, keep track of your weight. Take progress pictures.
Yep, and then if you want to cut again, let's say you went on a week or two without tracking, you want to cut again, fine, track for a few days, get your baseline, and then cut again. It's actually so much easier once you take a few weeks to understand how it works. I think it's the easiest way out there, and it's the most flexible, which that's why it's called flexible.
And then
dieting.
You don't have to keep dieting all the time to lose weight, because it's going to build your metabolism up, and then.
What I like about it is we always found a way to still work in some of our favorite foods, almost always.
Yeah. And a lot of places, if you go online, they will show you the carbs, fats, and proteins in their meals. Like Chipotle, you can make a Chipotle bowl and see all the nutrients in it, so that you can log into your app. So you don't have to deprive yourself of going out with friends. You just have to make healthier choices, of course. But you can still go out with friends. You can still eat treats here and there. You still want to try to eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of healthy foods, but you can still have some of your favorite things in there without gaining any weight at all.
Yep, love it. It's a beautiful thing. Is that all kind of we're going to touch on that reverse dieting then? I had one other topic I want to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
So if that's enough for the dieting. I mean, you guys have any serious in-depth questions about this, you can message myself or Jackie. Jackie's probably even better than me, at JacFit1 on Instagram or Jackie Baker on Facebook. And she can kind of break it down a little more for you, but I don't want us to keep repeating ourselves if this is something you don't care about.
Yeah.
So, right? I mean, maybe you don't care about flexible
Yeah,
dieting.
if you're an ex-bodybuilder, if you're a fighter, if any of those sports where you have to diet and cut weight for, especially,
Yeah.
Or just a crazy yo-yo dieter that's can't lose weight anymore.
I mean, there's guys like that at the gym, that I've seen time and time again, and you don't know if it's going to be the 30-pound heavier version or a 30-pound lighter version or something in between. And this would be a good idea to, if you guys are trying to get in that, get a hold of Jackie and kind of, or myself, and let's get you kind of normalized anyways, right? The other thing was actually a documentary we just watched on Netflix.
Yeah. If you need some motivation to eat healthy, I suggest watching this.
This is the show. It's called The C Word on Netflix. And if, like Jackie said, if you need motivation to clean up your act, the way you eat, or if you want to get so scared to do anything at all, if you don't ever want to wear deodorant or
I don't think it talks about deodorant, does it?
It talks about household cleaners, shampoo and conditioners. It does get pretty in depth, so it can be a little scary, but I mean, it's good to know these things. Yeah. So it's called The C Word, and actually it's narrated by Morgan Freeman. So bonus, he's got the best voice for any of that, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if he could everybody says this, but if Morgan Freeman could just narrate your life, Joey's going outside to record a shitty podcast. But I mean, it's very awesome.
So it's about cancer.
Yeah, yup, and it's about some of the things that we do every day that we don't even know we're doing that feed it, right?
Yeah, well, I thought, what blew my mind, the guy that was talking said, most people think, how many people get cancer is 1 in 10 or 1 in 100, but it's actually 1 in 2 people get cancer. And I thought that was so crazy.
That's insane. That's, that's scary right there, because that means I mean, there's a possibility that one person in this room could.
Yeah.
But I mean, that it doesn't obviously work like that. But I'm saying that's insane. And I also heard. I'm just going to go over a couple things that I heard in there that freaked me out. One of the ones was there are no there's a ton of synthetic chemicals that aren't tested in your everyday house cleaners, your air fresheners, your makeup. If it's not like been humanely tested, you don't know. I mean, the way the FDA works, lipstick, deodorant do, but the way the FDA works is they just trust. They don't even look at the data. They just trust whatever the company says. The company can say, "Hey, we tested this on so and so. It's good," and the FDA just says, "Okay, that's it."
Scary.
There's no pre-market approval requirement by the FDA for any new products that are coming out.
Wasn't there an app you said that you could use to help with that?
Yeah, it's called Skin Deep app. It's got a barcode scanner on it. You can scan it. I haven't used it yet because we just watched this, but you can scan whatever item you're looking at, and it will literally tell you, some of the dangerous ingredients that are on it. If you have a hard time like reading the ingredients,
yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that.
Yeah, I wonder if it's free. I didn't look at that, but yeah, it's just crazy that they don't even look at the data, or they just say, hey, we trust you, and then the only time things get pulled off is if something terrible happens. That's the same with supplements. People on here that are into supplements, you realize that they release something new every month. There's some crazy new awesome workout power or whatever, and the ones that work usually have something tainted in them, something illegal, and they only find out when the athlete gets drug tested, like doing like a UFC fighter or a pro bodybuilder or something gets busted.
Yeah.
And like, well, I was using this substance, it was whatever from GNC or from Vitamin World. You don't even know. And then they go test it. Boom. There's
I remember one time I was taking some pre-workout, and I loved it. I was addicted to it. And then one day I go to get it, and I found out that they pulled it off the shelf because they found trace amounts of coke in it.
Cocaine, yeah. Yeah. So, right. It was never tested. It doesn't get tested until someone points it out. It's like until it's already late and millions of people have put this in their body. It's like,
I'm sure there was tiny amounts in it, but it's
doesn't matter.
That's insane.
Someone probably failed a drug test because of it.
Yeah, you never know.
So, I mean, that could ruin someone's life. Like when you got professional athletes that are getting drug tested and you're putting this shit in there, they don't know and they take it, they could lose their job, their career. And their careers pay quite a bit of money if they're professional. So, yeah, that's scary. And there was a woman on there that has literally been fighting the FDA for 12 years for chemical regulation, just wanting them to test products. And she's just fighting. She's from Illinois here. I'm going to butcher her name, Shikowski, I think it is. And the FDA doesn't test any of the ingredients, and they don't care about what she has to say. It's just not happening. It's insane.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear
too much money?
Yeah. Did you ever hear of those Brazilian blowouts they do in the salon for people's hair?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess they found out there's formaldehyde in there, which is a carcinogen, which is basically methanol. Yeah. Something I don't know enough about the Brazilian blowout, but it's some kind of chemical they put in your hair. And there's literally pretty much methanol in it, and it even said right there on the documentary that long-term exposure to high levels of that, which that's going to be pretty hard exposure if it's actually in your hair, it's going in your skin. It's linked to higher risk of cancer and respiratory illness.
Well, I was using dry shampoo one day. I think a lot of girls use this too. And then I decided to look on the back, and I saw aluminum was in it. So I've just been spraying aluminum on my head for the longest time, and that's horrible for you too.
You know what else is scary? A lot of people don't think of, and I didn't even think of this until a buddy told me, was those loofahs. You're just rubbing plastic on your body. Mm-hmm. That's so it's so backwards.
All these little things.
Yeah.
You start getting paranoid.
So I use a washcloth. No more loofah. Even though they're so good. They suds you up so good.
I know. I hate using the washcloth.
The washcloth.
I use a soap bar, and the washcloth just sucks up all the soap, and I get nothing. So I use half the bar on my washcloth.
Yeah, the loofah, man, it just gets you so sudsy and bubbled up.
We gotta find something.
We gotta make like a hemp loofah. That'd be cool, right? Or something like a cotton loofah.
Yeah, a cotton loofah. I don't know. It'll probably fall apart in the shower or something.
Yeah, and the other thing that they were saying was huge on cancer, and like one of the I forget how they worded it, but it's basically one of those. It's the most intangible killer of your anti-cancer cells. So I mean, like this thing, literally, all it is bad, and it's stress. That's it. It's not something you're injecting every day. Just high levels of stress in people actually feeds cancer more than anything else, I believe, or at least that's what they were saying in this great documentary, which is crazy. And you know what helps relieve stress? Exercising.
Exercise, meditate. Yeah, they said to make things less scary that 70% of cancer can be prevented by lifestyle.
Yeah, so exercising, right?
Yeah, they said exercising, just even moderate amounts of exercise can help really decrease your chances of cancer.
Yeah, so take notes. I mean, you don't even have to go kill it at the gym 7 days a week or anything, but just
moderate amounts. You can even just go to the gym, work out for 30 minutes, or go outside, take a 30-minute walk.
Yep, just get moving. And then one of the benefits of exercising is it helps you get better sleep. Better sleep also reduces stress, too, if you're getting good sleep. You know, meditation, I imagine, is great, especially if you can take that, 15, 20 minutes out of the day to do it. Yeah. That'll help a ton with stress, mental stress, and you can feel the tension in your body almost release too when you're not.
And some people say, "Oh, I don't have time for this stuff," but I mean, I read somewhere that the average American watches 6 hours of TV a day. I think you can cut back
6?
Yeah,
a day?
Yes, every single day.
Who the man? Lucky?
I think you can cut back on your TV time, or even social media. So many people are on their phones 24/7. Just take a break, make some time.
I didn't even get to watch TV 6 hours a day when the new Stranger Things came out. I think we were pretty bad. We weren't that bad, but we were pretty bad.
And then another thing, obviously, diet plays a huge role in cancer.
Yep, and that goes back to stress too. Sorry, and yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
What did you have to say about stress?
Oh no, I just was saying another thing is what you put in your body is gonna affect how you feel too. And
pretty much everything. Every time you eat, you're either feeding cancer or fighting cancer. Every time you feed your loved ones, you're either feeding their cancer or fighting cancer.
Yep. Yeah, because you have cells that will fight it, or cells that are cancerous, and
people don't know that every single person has cancer cells in their bodies right now. And no matter what age you are, you can get cancer. I think some people are like, I'm too young, I don't get cancer. Well, little kids are getting cancer nowadays. Doesn't matter your age. If you're overweight, if you eat crappy food, if you don't exercise, if you're stressed out, don't get enough sleep, you are most likely going to get cancer sometime in your lifestyle if you don't change.
Sometime in your life if you don't change your lifestyle.
Yeah, sometime in your life if you don't change, not lifestyle.
And you don't have to be overweight or not in shape either. There's plenty of skinny people that get cancer too, and you have to be mindful of your surroundings, because some of them are around pesticides all the time.
Yeah, farmers.
Or they're around they're working in a factory that has a lot of bad things around too. Yeah. So you just have to be aware of your surroundings. That job isn't really worth you catching you getting cancer and dying. Same with those M&Ms, those white chocolate M&Ms.
You shouldn't have gotten those. You don't need those.
Well, I mean, I got them now.
M&Ms are going to feed your cancer. Everything you eat, if it's bad, it's going to feed your cancer.
Yeah. Okay. And you know what? They said in that movie, which I agree with completely.
What?
That the number one thing human beings need is connectedness, connection with other human beings. So that will actually add to our purpose. Okay, so if let's say you're one of those people that's depressed and you feel like you don't have a purpose to live anymore, maybe get out and talk to people, interact with people. That's what we're here for. We're social beings, man. We put on this world this planet to work together and build stuff and make things and make families and make friends. So get out and just talk to people, whether it's joining a team, maybe a sports team. I feel like when I do jiu-jitsu, I got my brothers and stuff that train with me, and that's cool. We're all can interact there. Or if it's getting out to the gym and working out with a friend, or hire a trainer, and a lot of trainers are basically therapists.
Pretty much.
They're just therapists that get you in shape. I mean,
what's better than that? Therapist that gets you in shape.
Yeah, we'll sit and listen to all your problems. And you can't tell anyone. We can't tell people, and we'll make you work out. Boom. Why wouldn't you? What are you waiting for? Why don't you have a trainer already?
Yeah.
Weird. I feel like everyone should have a trainer. I got one sitting across from me. She's expensive though. For me, she'd probably give you guys a better deal than she gives me.
Probably,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh. And then, was there anything else you want to touch on that documentary? I noticed one thing that they did that bringing all the attention to cancer and was they got rid of some artificial dyes in Kraft macaroni and cheese. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I think it happened.
I didn't finish it. I still have to finish it.
I think it happened last year. They took out the yellow 5, the artificial dye.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you guys are listening to that and you see a yellow 5, blue 1, or a red 40 ingredients in anything you're eating, try to stay away from that. Those artificial dyes are extremely cancerous.
Extremely.
Yeah, they are. They're supposed to be really bad.
That? Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
It's in like everything too. All this candy we're feeding our kids, and it's like no wonder why kids are getting cancer now. It's so sad.
Yeah, scary.
And these parents, they don't realize that they're just feeding their kids
that's what's
this horrible food that's going to just feed cancer.
That'll take you back to the FDA thing. I mean,
so when my parents think I'm too crazy with Josie, I just, I worry about her health because there's so many things out there now.
Yeah, that takes you back to the FDA thing. Everyone just trusts that they're there to protect us.
No, they're not.
And they're not. They're just there to get paid. And that's it, man. You gotta do the research yourself, and it might take time. People think they don't have the time, but you got to make the time because that's important. I mean, knowing what you're putting in your body, or let's say you don't give a what about yourself, but you got kids. Maybe they care about what you're putting in them.
Yeah.
Just look it up, man. I mean, you could save their life. Just just feed them a little and get them moving. Sign them up for jiu-jitsu or get them exercising.
So basically, sum it up. Everybody's got cancer cells. You're either going to feed it or you're going to fight it.
We're all going to die.
To prevent it. No, but 70% of it is prevented. Moderate exercise, diet, stress, your surroundings, all that. That's how you can prevent it.
Yup.
So.
Amen to that. Well, yeah.
Maybe watch this documentary, too. It's actually pretty good.
I highly recommend it. I mean, I've watched it 1.5 times now.
1.5?
Well, I didn't get through the second time because we had to come out here and record, but I'm actually going to go back inside and finish it. So, I mean, there's that. I don't usually watch movies twice, This is really interesting, and Morgan Freeman's voice is just so dreamy that I have to
so
come back
soothing. I'll just fall asleep to it tonight.
Yeah. I don't feel well. Morgan Freeman, talk me to sleep, Bore me to death. But, all right, I'm going to call it good on that, Jack.
Yeah.
So we can get out of here. Thanks for listening, everybody. Remember, if you haven't yet, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, write a review, tell your friends, tell your family, hide your kids, hide your wife. At JacFit1 on Instagram is Jackie. At Monkey Joe BJJ on Instagram is Joey. And at FitFarm Podcast is the FitFarm Podcast. So, all right, we're out of here.
See ya.
Bye-bye.